Okay, sorry for that. What I've done is I didn't like the way I even wrote that code. It was just extra that could have been fit into one element. So I've already gone ahead and just plugged in one to see how it works. You'll notice this point now is, just to review, these two lines we just moved over by using a width of negative whatever, and that line moves as we adjust it. And we could, we have a lot of flexibility as far as the width goes. It's probably too many values there. But anyway, I took this point here and flipped it right away over to the other side, but I needed to create a code block for that. And let me just show you what it looks like so here's that, we have, this line is really a duplicate now. We're in the process of trying to make it to behave as a mirrored image over to the other side. And if we look at it from the top plan, you can see that we do. We have the first point is actually mirrored over. And it's done with that code block of making the value of this value a negative, and then adding to that the width to get it all the way back over to here. So I'm hoping that's clear to you. So the code block now takes the x value that's coming into it, makes it a negative, and then adds in the structure width, which I call x2. And they're both, I've called them x and not x and y because it's an x value plus this additional x value of the structure width. And that gives us this x value. So I'll make another code block and I'll do the same thing again. So I'm just going to type in negative x plus x2. And Dynamo is really good about understanding that, pretty straightforward. And that's also the structure width is the x2 value. And the original x value feeding into this element, I'm going to move over to here and then connect this one to here. And now that endpoint would move over, so you can see what's happened here. And I'll close this off, and you can see now this one that was here is now flipped away over here. So all we're left to do is move our NURBS point, our control point here. So we'll go ahead and do that now. And that's the last element here. So we're going to just duplicate this code block this time. Pull off this x value and plug it into here. And now we have the exact same symmetrical element on the flip side. Now let's go ahead. We already have those adaptive points, so we could actually just do a list combine just so you can see that we have that geometry. So I'm going to look for, I'll just copy this list item. Oops. List create. All right, so I'm gonna put this one into here, and I'll pull it back out again, and it should just say the same, except now we want to add one other item. That's going to cause it to error out. But the other item is this one down here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this one, pull that in for item 2, and there we go. We have our two curved symmetrical elements. So next we'll look at building an adaptive point for this, or an adaptive component with the 3 elements to it, and then go back and look at creating asymmetry between the structures if we see that's valuable to do.